I recently participated in the 2021 GMTK Game Jam, which is a game development marathon, where you have 48 hours to build a full game based off the theme. What was the theme this year?
The theme is joined together. I want to see games where at least two elements are connected together in some way.
It could be a literal connection by chain, or more of a Last Guardian sort of game, where you control two players with different traits to accomplish the same task, such as solving puzzles, or using the larger character Trico to launch the player to higher locations. The Last Guardian was what we based one of our main ideas on. We were going to create a 3D game and have a large and small character to solve puzzles with. And since I don't know how to 3D model, I wanted to make the game 2.5D, so the characters could be 2D, drawn in a pixel art style, like Octopath Traveler. We had one other main game idea, which was a maze game. So we went with the Last Guardian clone because we thought it could be cooler if it got finished. We use Unity to make our games, so I started off by creating a new project. And once that was all loaded up, it was time to make the game. I started with making the first level. I turned this cube into a floor, and the idea was to have 5 puzzles to every level. Probably only 1 or 2 levels. I created this red pill to be the small character, then started to create the first room. The plan was to have a visual style of Inside, which is a very gray, sad-looking factory environment with a lot of artificial light and only some places where the colorful sun rays would come in. While I was working on creating the level, my friend had created a little movement script. We then had a moving pill. After that, I ended up having to do other stuff, so no more work got done that day. The next day, with only 20 hours left of the jam, we decided to move on to a different idea. A 2D game. So I created a 2D scene, and we continued on the same Unity project. I instantly started work on a few tiles to lay out the map. The idea for the game was an infinite wave fighting game like our original idea for our other game, Last Hope. Wishlistable on Steam, wink wink. Except you are tethered to a friend that acts as your weapon. After I had drawn some semi-decent tiles, I created our 2 Boxxy Bros. Which, as you can see, are 2 little wooden crate people. I also made slimes, which are the only enemies that were added to the game because of time constraint. I put those tiles in Unity and boom, made a little room. I put the characters into the world, and then went back to make a couple more tiles to have the walls not look so strange. To complete the theme, I put together a chain and tethered the 2 characters together with a bunch of hinge joints. And now we had 2 slidey, floaty, chained together fellas dancing. My friend got the attack coded in, so now once the red crate dude got far enough away, he would dash to the main character, acting as a wrecking ball. And my friend also got the slime spawner. You may have noticed the floors looked pretty trash, so I went and created 5 floor tiles to use. and used them to create a new map, which was basically the final map layout. The damages got finished, and some damage indicators were put in. Green represents damage done to the slimes, and red is damage done to the player. The player could also die now, and leave his friend sad and alone. I then put the camera as a child of the middle chain link, so that you would be able to explore and see the rest of the map. Didn't work exactly as expected, but it was good enough. AAA title. I got some lights added in for some depth, and ended up messing all the render layers up in the process. So now you had to fight invisible slimes. I then changed out all the wall colors to better fit the colors of the floor tiles. Then replaced the tiles in Unity. Before and after looks much better now. I made some animations for the slimes to move, took a video for the menu of the game, edited it slightly with some blur, and made some buttons, which ended up looking like this. One of the last things I did was add some post-processing to make the game look even more lit and epic. I slightly figured out how Unity's particle system worked, which is pretty nice, so I made this little torch fire effect, added a little light to it, and boom, finished game. Music in the game was made by Mr. Teritian of the Discord server. Link in the description below. This is a little preview. The full song will be published into our game soundtracks playlist on YouTube. Since the game was finished, I created the itch.io page and submitted it to the jam, with a total of 7 hours remaining, for a total of 12 to 13 hours spent on the game. Pretty epic. There's a link to the game in the description. Please play it and rate it. And after this ad break, you can watch Mark Brown, Mr. Game Maker's Toolkit Man, react to playing the game.
Boxxy Bros. Boxxy Bros. Made 12 hours. That person was 24 hours, this person's 12 hours. Next game we're going to be playing is we're going to be made it for 6 minutes. Made by the Inexperienced VuVuu Inc, Duo-Squadron, 1 artist and 1 coded musician. All code, art, music was made during the jam. Love to see it. A video of the process will be uploaded in the next few days to the VuVuu Inc YouTube channel. The theme was joined together. We took that in the literal sense of 2 characters being tethered to each other. Another trend. Love it. One of the characters gets controlled by the player, while the other flings itself around on the chain, acting as a wrecking ball to do damage to the ever-spawning slimes. Let's have a look at that. See how that pans out, as it were. Just need that tiny little bit of progress, a little bit more loading. Having a little bit of problem there. You know who we need to call up? We need to phone up Bill Gates, say can I have a vaccine and a bit of Microsoft Edge, please. Okay. We've got less loading. Nope. Oh, did I see some loading? Microsoft. Oh, we're in. I was gonna cheat on Microsoft Edge for Google Chrome, but we don't need to. Boxxy Bros. Oh, that's nice. Play. Oh, hello. So, oh dear, that's not ideal, but that's fine. So basically, our friend is it's kind of like me, really, just absolutely being a maniac, and I'm just hoping that he destroys some enemies. I mean, it looks lovely. I mean, it's got a little bit of a sort of weird flicker on it, but other than that, it looks really cool. Go, dude, go. I don't quite understand how his controls work, but I'm hoping that he pulls his weight. Maybe this is like a game jam simulator, where one person is doing all the work, the other person is flailing around like crazy. Ow. Did you just hit an enemy into me? You are not doing your job, dude. Okay, okay. I mean, it's a nice idea. I like, you know, I see you said you only worked out for. Oh dear. Oh, it's fine. Now that would be funny if he got like, because he got his chain wrapped around a column there. Yeah, I'd like to see some bit more information on this. Maybe there's some method to the guy's madness that you can kind of rely on. Because right now, pretty much my goal at this, my gameplay of my character is to just dodge a lot and kind of get somewhat close to enemies, but not anywhere near them. And so I'm not really as engaged like the other guy, the computer controlled character, is having way more fun than I am. And that should never be the case. I think that's Sid Meier's golden rule of game design. The designer should never have more fun than the player. But anyway, it's a nice idea. I can definitely see some potential there. I killed 25 slimes. Definitely fits the theme. Lovely art. Nice music. Just let's tune up the graphics on level 3. No, tune up the gameplay on level 1. Oh my god, it's crashed. Oh, it's fine. It was Microsoft Edge. It crashed.